So we're going to talk about healthy holidays and how to stay healthy when you're away or in that lead up to Christmas, which is a particularly tricky time to keep on track with any long-term goals. I'm Kate, I'm a personal trainer, and healthy holidays is actually a really important topic to discuss because we don't really think about it. But it is so important in terms of keeping a balance between the slightly more stressful side of life sometimes with work, family, all these things that can cause extra stress versus getting that break away from that. So holidays are very important, but it is also good to be mindful of the fact that these situations when we go away can sometimes lead to a lifting of the lid and all control just goes completely out of the window. So, finding a balance. How do we do that? It's really hard when you go away, if you've been having particularly a stressful time before you go away, to not want to just completely let rip. So the important thing is that in the lead up to a holiday, start to look forward to it, start to be mindful of what's coming up, and start to maybe have a little look at the opportunities out there that you can explore. So I always say, take your trainers, take a swimming costume, take your goggles. I always take my goggles with me on holiday. I don't mind if I feel like people might be thinking I'm silly. But if there's a pool there, you can go and do a couple of laps in the afternoon or maybe before breakfast, a good way to kickstart your metabolism. The other thing to do is to take some kit with you, some lightweight kit. So maybe a skipping rope or a resistance band. You can use things like chairs in your hotel rooms. Be careful with any furniture in there, but little tricep dips on a bench. If you're not sure about how to structure your own little workout when you are away, there are so many videos now on YouTube with little 20-minute interval training ideas. So they're really good to take away with you. And it doesn't mean that your holiday has to become about this stressful thing of fitting in exercise. It's about finding that time in your day where you think, yeah, maybe I'll just have a 15-minute jump around. It doesn't have to be for very long, but just that process of moving, of sweating, helps get out any of the extra toxins that maybe you might be putting in because you're having a treat, you're going away, you're away from your normal structures. There are great interval time apps, like I said, where you can download them. They're free, they're really easy to use, and just have a little play around with it before you go away. So these bits of equipment you can take with hand luggage. It's absolutely fine. They fit in really well in a case. And it's such a good way. It's really, really good. You feel so much better for it. So don't worry if you've never done it before. Just go and give it a try. So the next thing is to enjoy yourself. When we go away, you don't want to be worrying about any of the things. Maybe you've been putting yourself on a diet, or you've been trying to be extra careful in the lead up to your holiday. I'm not anti-diets, but I think that they can be a little bit detrimental in that they can cause us to create these waves of weight gain versus weight loss. So what you want to do in the run-up to a holiday is just to find that pattern of a life that maybe you can continue when you're out there. So again, it goes hand in hand with that whole idea of avoiding excess. Of course, you're going to want to enjoy yourself. And of course, it might mean that you give yourself a bit of extra permission to enjoy the things you wouldn't. But I think that if you're doing something similar in the run up to your holiday, so you're developing a routine, you're developing a bit of a pattern of life before you go, it's going to be so much easier when you're out there to enjoy yourself, but also to come back feeling refreshed, feeling healthy, feeling not like you've overindulged and you have this sense of not a sense of guilt, but just a slight sense of when you get home, because coming home from a holiday anyway can give you, we have a great time, then we come home and real life is there again. So just finding that balance, finding that sense of keeping a routine is a really good way to ensure that you're having a healthy time when you're out there. So the next thing is to make the activities on your holiday fun. So say you're going away with your children, or you're going away with a partner, or maybe you're going away by yourself. Have a look at what there is out there to explore, what is out there to enjoy. Maybe there's some historical sites you can go and visit. Maybe there's a nice coastal walking path. Maybe that there's a really cool playground you can take your kids to. Have a look at what's out there so that you can go there with an idea already, so that you're not just tempted to sit in the hotel or wherever you're staying, an Airbnb, whatever it is, and not explore the local area, it's a great way to keep active. So you want to really, again, it's that whole mindful aspect of enjoying yourself but also staying active. That's going to help you come home feeling more refreshed. It's going to help you come home feeling energized and like you've had a really great time exploring everything. So the other thing is thinking about times like in the run up to Christmas, the festive period, where again there's parties, there's opportunity for socializing, which is so great. It's really important to have fun, but it's also good to be mindful of these situations where there might be extra food around, canapes and things like that. So if you are going to things like a dinner party or drinks, maybe have something nice and healthy to eat before you go, so you're not tempted by all the canapes or the extra bits of food around. Doesn't mean you can't have them, but it is really good to be mindful that these foods, often they're fried or they're processed in a way that contains extra calories, or they're harder for your body to break down. Especially if you drink alcohol, be really mindful. Just try and have a day where you're not drinking every day. So for example, if you're going out to a party one night, maybe the next night you don't drink. Or be mindful of the fact if you know that you've got a couple of kind of parties in a row, maybe just take it easy at each one of those, so you've got some sense of moderation. There's not this excessive wave of going up and down to extremes. It's a really, really good way to make it so that it's a fun time, it's an important family time, or any other religious holidays that you might be celebrating, but afterwards you just feel refreshed. You feel like you've had a great time, you don't feel like you're sluggish, and you don't feel like you've taken 10 steps back from where you were going or what you were working towards to begin with. The other important thing with a healthy holiday is to stay hydrated, to make sure if you are drinking more alcohol or anything like that, that you are keeping the water coming in. Avoid too many juices. These things have loads of sugar. And again, these all contribute to additional weight gain or just to additional pressure on your body to process these foods. So have fun on your holidays. Of course, enjoy yourself. Take some extra little bits of kit with you. Take your trainers, take your sunscreen, take your swimming costume, whatever it is, and go out there, enjoy, be active, eat your food, be present, try not to overload, try and avoid excess, and enjoy yourself. But have that mindset that you want to come home feeling really good. You want to come home feeling healthy, fit, and strong.